Hey! That was super off key, but that's all right. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust. We're talking about the Rust Console Edition that is currently in beta right now on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox, but we are specifically going to show you how to build a 1x2, a staple in any wipe, anytime, anywhere, whether you're solo, duo, trio, or just making a satellite base for collecting resources. I'm going to go ahead and break away and show you the top of this. Whoopsie, whoopsie. There we go. A lot of caveats here. Always remember, this is to get you started. This is not going to be a super heady base to, if you tick off a large Zerg, they're going to come after you and they can definitely kick through here. But this is 12 satchels to get all the way in if you do have sheet metal doors. But we will show you how to do this in small bites, as you could very well be solo or even a duo, and doing the right move at the right time is very important here. So I cannot stress that enough. Real quick, if you're brand new to Rust or you're looking for some helps for both monuments, building, raiding, all of that good stuff, I do have a Rust beta guides playlist. I have to always look. I always forget. I'm going to go ahead and link that now in the upper right-hand corner. So boat bases, furnace bases, all kinds of good stuff there. I'm telling you, it's going to save you a lot of headache when you first get started. And it leaves plenty of room for you to figure out how you want to play, because there are many, many ways to build inside of Rust. Okay, so right away, I'm going to say, actually, I don't know off the top of my head how many supplies you need off the top of your head. I'm just going to say maybe 5,000 wood, 5,000 stone. And right away, you need to make sure that you've already got a building plans and the hammer made, which do require wood. I would also recommend putting down a sleeping bag out here somewhere and a stash, so if you have your excess materials, you can slap them down there. So if you do get clapped, and you will get clapped on official servers, the blow is less as you're building. So right away, you want to make sure you build yourself a double door. Oops, I think I did this earlier. This is like take 25 for me. One double door and 2 of these wooden doors, and then 3 wooden locks. Just know I've got super stacks here because I'm admin, just so we don't have to go out and farm stuff. And you want to make sure you also queue up a tool cupboard as well. And if there's anything else I can get rid of, let me just go ahead and throw these over here. Sorry, that's so confusing. Okay, so with your building plans out, oh yeah, that's right, I already queued a bunch of those up. With your building plans out, hold secondary fire, and make sure you select the foundation. Then once you do, and again, you don't have to do this in the water, I'm just doing it here just because it's a bit flatter. Go ahead and place this one here, and another square right next to that, and then holding right fire, or alternate fire, you can now select the walls, and then you want to make sure that you're placing your walls with the X facing you. And again, real quick, if you're looking for the building basics guide, I'm going to go ahead and link that now in the upper right hand corner. It will help you understand more of these building basics. It is like required reading for this, I'm telling you. Okay, so there's a reason why we do it like this. We want to make sure that we can secure this door first. So we're going to go ahead and take this door and place it there, and then place one of the wooden locks there on the door. Again, make sure you hold action and make sure the door is locked. Do not make a key. And again, that building guide will help you tremendously as to why you don't do that. All right, real quick, if you don't have a lot of supplies, we're going to build this initially, assuming that you only have baseline stone, like, I don't know, 3K stone or something, and you have majority wood, because that's usually the case, and then we'll upgrade from there. Just kind of showing you the footprint here from the exterior. And again, you would make sure that this doorway gets built up before you place the door. And right away, we're just going to say you only have enough wood for that. If you have minimum stone, make sure you upgrade the foundations first, and then work on this square, the one that's highlighted, and the walls around it. So we're going to upgrade this one. Again, there is a cementing phase when building. Make sure that you've got the walls facing the right way. That is hard side in. That is bad for you, because that means on the outside, whoops, I might have admin mode on, that's why I can jump outside. That's soft side out, which means people can raid you very easily. So let me jump back in, turn off the admin stuff, and rotate this back, and you have to be quick about it. Now, we don't actually own this structure, so if you've already crafted your tool cupboard, you're going to go up here with the doors facing you. See those little handles? And whatever the rotate button is for, or rotation button is for the PlayStation or Xbox, we're not sure yet. You're going to go back here on the stone area here and make sure it's parallel to this crease, and work it in the corner as far back as you can make it. Now, very quickly, you're going to put some of your extra supplies in here. And again, these are super stacks. These only stack to 1,000. Just so you know, we're going to go ahead and place this wooden lock. Again, hold the action button. Make sure it is locked. Okay, very important. And now, the reason why, oops, sorry. Let's go ahead and upgrade these to wood. Let's say you don't have enough materials for that yet. Now, the reason why I had you put this up first is to keep people at bay. And so people are most often going to be running up on you, hitting the twig, knocking it out. So even in a worst case scenario, if you put most of your supplies in here and you've got stuff out in the bushes here that's in a stash next to a, what is it, a sleeping bag, it'll help you. So if you get clapped, A, you can get back to your base, but B, you can put some of your supplies in there. So if you did have something in your stash, now's the time to bring it back in. And then close this door ASAP. Now, what you want to do next is holding your building plans in your hand. Oh, let me throw out this hammer because this is confusing. All right, with your building plans in your hand, you're going to hold secondary fire and then select the wall frame. Now, I tell people to upgrade this, and again, with the hammer out now, with the hammer selected, you're going to hold secondary fire and then select wood. This wood frame is bad long term, but it'll help you place things inside of this area here. As the stone is what you want, but it's a bit bulky, so it makes it hard to place things down. Okay, real quick. Let's go ahead and make sure that we have the double door here. And then again, if you place it in the frame socket and you look to the left or right, see how the door is swinging away from me and now it's swinging towards me? You want to make sure that it swings towards you because you want it to cover up this doorway like so. So I'm going to go ahead and place another wooden lock. Again, holding action, making sure it's locked. Do not make keys. Always have somebody, if you're, okay, so if you're a duo real quick or somebody higher and you can only afford wooden locks because they are just 100 wood, make sure you've got one person dedicated. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 75 wood. Make sure you have somebody dedicated to open the doors until you can afford a code lock. It's going to save you. The code lock is 100 metal fragments. That's what I was thinking of. Just trust me on that one. It's a big one. All right, so with your building plans selected now, hold secondary fire. Now select floor. Look up until it's blue into the socket and do the same back here by the door. And let's say you've got enough wood here, but you have enough stone for that. So what we've made here is your center core here with your tool cupboard is now stone, except for this doorway and the frame are wood. And what we're going to do is add a special shelf inside of here to help stack materials. Now, the reason why we have these doors the way we do is basically to leave, you have to close this door, saving you from getting going deep on. But still, this space is still extremely open as wooden doors are extremely vulnerable. Okay, again, with your building plans in hand, hold secondary fire. You can select the triangle foundation or a square. I like to do the cheapest thing, as the triangle is 25 wood as opposed to this one being 50. Select this, place it down, hold that secondary fire again. Select the half wall, not to be confused with the low wall. The half wall is important here. Now hold secondary fire again, and now select the floor triangle. And if you have a square floor, you would just select the what is this? The what is this? Just the regular floor ceiling. Place this here. What this is doing is it's creating a socket for the interior of this wall for us to hang another one of these inside. So it's a way of dividing it and doing it cheap without having to spend more materials than you need to. So we're coming back inside, and we're going to select our building plans. Make sure that we have, on this one, you always want to make sure this is the floor triangle. And if you place this in the corner far enough, you should be able to place this here, and it should turn blue. Now, assuming that you don't have enough stone yet, we're going to make that wood. And you're going to place your first couple of boxes down. These small boxes are 100 wood. So you want to craft as many of those as you can. Well, okay, we'll say 2. You don't need as many as you can. Maybe like 2 or something like that. So what I like to do is place them inside of here. And then the thing is, it would be awesome to make these large wooden boxes. But the thing is that costs metal fragments, and that's very important, especially for us to secure the base, but the metal fragments are also good for making better expansion. So as you can see, that's a bottleneck. And to get those metal fragments, you need to make sure you're farming the raw metal, but you need to process it into what's called a furnace. We'll get into that in a minute, but you can see the bottleneck for the furnace is definitely 50 low grade. So it's not something you have immediately, although you could recycle to do that, but I might be getting just a little bit ahead of myself. Okay, so let's do the next section here. We're going to create another single pass airlock here off this 1x2. We can show the exterior again. Trying to do it slowly. Oh, you know what we need to do? I forgot. We need to take away the scaffolding on the back. Let's go do that. Now, either with a bow and arrow, you can knock this out. If you're still in the cementing phase, you can hold, with the hammer out, you can hold secondary fire and then select demolish. But again, once things are cemented, you cannot rotate them and you definitely cannot demolish them. Again, that building guide will help you a lot. Also, I should say we do have a rating guide. I'll go ahead and link that now in the upper right-hand corner. I think it definitely pairs well with the building. Knowing how people can raid you and where the soft spots are at will help you focus on what to build and what to upgrade first. Okay, now with the building plans out and some more wood on your person, go ahead and hold secondary fire and select triangle foundation, as we did here. And now hold secondary fire again, and now let's select doorway. Again, making sure the X's are towards you, which means soft side in. And let's say you do have enough wood to upgrade this, and the floor, and the other frame. Again, with the hammer out, holding secondary fire, you can then select that. You can see it costs, well, we can't see anymore. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is select the blueprints, secondary fire, hold, go to the triangle, and put this off, and then select hammer, hold secondary fire, and now select the wood. This keeps people from camping upstairs on your base and then shooting down on you. I know it's like nothing crazy good, but at least keeps people at bay. Now, I always tell people, make sure that if you sign out, anything that's wood, expect it to be broken into, right? So you can already tell, like, the walls are susceptible to it, but also here you can tell that these doors are. This can easily be knocked down by a yoka, flame raids, anything. Handmade shells and yokas are standard blueprints. So what you really need to do is work for not only more stone here, but you need enough metal fragments for these doors. But we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so if you have more wood, go ahead and craft 2 more of these small doors, or the standard wooden door. We're going to place them here along with 2 wooden locks. And what this is going to do, as a matter of fact, I kind of went over this. Kind of just breeze right past it. Okay, with this door in your hand, when you place it, close the door behind you, looking left to right, you can see how it swings towards me. You want it to swing towards you, and you also want this door to swing in. We'll go ahead and place the lock on. Oh my, I'll place the lock on this. Make sure it's locked, holding action, and then selecting locked, although mine locks automatically. On this one here, we're going to change it. We're going to unlock it, we're going to hold action, and then pick it up, then we're going to hold action again and pick up the door. The reason why is we want the door to swing in. I will show you in a minute. For the same reason why this creates a single pass-through, these triangle configuration of doors, if they swing in on each other, will do the same thing. Now with this door selected, I'm going to make sure it swings in. I'm going to place the lock, hold action, make sure it's locked. Now you can see here, if somebody comes in to this door, it automatically blocks this door, and same with this side. So we're going to close this, and we're going to place our last door, beep boop, right here. Again, making sure it's swinging in, holding action, make sure you lock it. Now, what you have are 3 wooden doors to tool cupboards, so you definitely need to upgrade that. So let's say you've gone out, you've harvested some supplies, you're able to make your first furnace, you've got a lot more stone. So the next phase to upgrade this to make sure that you can at least stop some of the basic raids on day 1 or even day 2 would be the stone modifications. So right here we need to go ahead and, with the hammer out and stone on your person, hold secondary fire and upgrade the ceiling. That's 150 stones. We're going to do the same thing here. Hold secondary fire. That's 300 stones. This back wall, hold secondary fire with the hammer out. 300. We'll do the same with the doorway. The doorway is 210. And then we'll get this little sneaky frame here. We also assume that you placed more things inside. And then if you can afford it, you can place it out here. But let's do one little tiny step at a time. Let's say we've got some metal fragments and such, and we were able to make a furnace. Again, this furnace, that's why you want to hit a lot of those red barrels out there in the wild, next to junk piles and stuff. You can collect enough low grade. You can also make low grade from combining animal fat and cloth, and that can be harvested from your carcass if you keep getting wrecked by the base. So I always tell people, make a bone knife and harvest your own carcass or your teammates. It's extremely useful. Right there, bone knife, 30 fragments. Just saying, 30 bone fragments. Super great. You get more of the more of the animal fat and more of the bones, which help you make bone arrows. Just saying, that's really good stuff, baby. Okay, so let's say you have enough of the low grade to either that you've crafted through here, or you've got them at the outpost. You can swap this for scrappy doodles. Let me see if we can find it here. Where are you? Every map has these. Where's the conversion? Where are you? Always when I'm trying to do this. Where are you? Is it this one? There we go. 20 low grade for 10 scrap. Again, every map has an outpost. It'll be in a different location from wipe to wipe, server to server. There's a bandit camp, but you will find that scrap to buying low grade at the outpost. Oh, look, there's an event right there. Military transport helicopter. Yay, yay. Okay, so once you have enough of those, whether you buy it, you can craft yourself your first furnace, as I have it on the ceiling. Let me show you what this looks like again. Items. 200 stones, 100 wood, and 50 low grade. Once you have it, you can place it here in this little corner. Another reason why this triangular portion here works so great. And then when you have enough of the raw metal, you can cook up some metal fragments to make your first set of double doors. Double doors cost you, I want to say 300, 200. Man, I'm so off. So once you have enough of those, you can craft a double door. It does not require a workbench, which is great. And then the first thing you want to do is take off this lock, remove it, open the door, hold action, and then place your first metal door here. Again, make sure that this is stone. And then place the door so it opens towards you. Now, if you have enough metal fragments, you can make a code lock, which will help people come inside the base that are on your team. If you're solo, just keep the wooden locks. Always remember, green is bad for your base, red is good. So here we're just going to put in like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Don't ever make that code. It's super easy. Everybody guesses it. But that way, you now have a metal door that opens up towards this door to keep people at bay. And what this does now is people may come up on this base and go, oh, look at this scrub. Oops. Because you've got wooden doors, you got a wooden exterior. So they may try to flame raid you, and they'll flame raid you all the way into here, and they go, oh, we don't have satchels. We can't blow this up, because that can't be yoked or flame raided, because this is a sheet metal door. Now, you're not invincible. A sheet metal door only takes 4 metal fragments, or I'm sorry, only 4 satchels to destroy. So again, you want to make sure you upgrade these to the sheet metal doors here once you've smelted enough. Where are you? Construction? 150? There we go. Throw 150 metal fragments. And again, if you have a team, make sure you're making these code locks as well. And now this is 8 satchels to get into your core. And you can see that the lowest common denominator is definitely the doorway. I'm sorry, the door itself, as the frame itself will cost 10 satchels to get through, and this only costs 4. So now you're up to 8. And then once you're rich enough, you can make this stone, knock these out. Oh, yeah, by the way, you're not able to destroy things like that. You're going to have to take them off the frame. So you really want to plan ahead for that. This is just like an admin mode type thing that I've got. So just so you're not false sense of confidence to be like, I could take those off. Same rule here. Make sure they swing inward. Oops, let's go ahead and update this one again. Stone. Our ceiling is stone. And now you've got this here. So now you have 12 satchels to get to the core on this base right here, giving you a pretty hardy good start, or at least something you can put your stuff into, spawn in if you find loot or if you gank it, whatever. You can come back here and place things. And what's beautiful about this, let me go ahead and break away again, is this is a small footprint. It looks low-key enough that most people don't mess with it, unless you really tick off your neighbors, but it gives you the ability to expand things like this. Let me see if I can do it right here. With the secondary door, you can add yourself a triangle section here to create a jump up off of this furnace to go upstairs. And then you can get on top of your roof. Or you can expand the footprint here. It's endless. It's whatever you want to make it. Or you can just leave it small so that, you know, if you've just got a satellite base out there, let's say you're out there in the winter biome and you're just farming larger nodes, you can definitely do that there. Now, let me show you just a little bit more of the expansion, and that should cover most of our 2x1 here. But again, there's so many different ways to do this. Once you do get a tool cupboard 1, again, I'm in admin mode, so I'm going to go ahead and spawn one of these in here in my inventory. Once you're lucky enough to have this, you can place it in the corner here by the door, as far as you can up against the wall. And then I would suggest another furnace here in the corner. Oops. And then push it up. And then once you have those precious metal fragments, you can place these boxes down here. Right by the other furnace. We can also place it here. I would leave a gap here so it's easy to kind of crouch jump up. And then inside of here, I'm going to go ahead and place another box or two. Kind of show you some of the basic storage. Now, expect that you will be picking things up and rearranging. That's kind of to be expected in this game, especially when you're messing around with your core. But let me go ahead and place this here. Not the best placement, but it'll get the job done. And then what else do we have? Oh yeah, let's upgrade this shelf to stone, and let's show you what the cost is on this tool cupboard. This base costs 359 stone and 68 metal fragments every 24 real hours. So that's definitely small enough and strong enough to get you started to dump things to create a supporting satellite base on any wipe, whether you're playing on Rust Console Edition now or either Rust Console Beta that's currently running for the PlayStation and Xbox. It's good all the time, and most of the time you'll see people do something like this and then expand into something even better. So, you know, it's good. It's multi-role, it's modular, and it's beautiful. So again, if you wanted to kind of beef this up just a little bit more, you could upgrade this to metal fragments. Let me go ahead and use my admin powers and drop right here. You do something like that, and then you could even, if you are lucky enough to get a roller door, let me go ahead and knock this out. This is 9 satchels to get through. So now you're looking at, let me do the math in my head. Well, we got 8 and 9, so that's 17 satchels now to get in. And now that you've upgraded the rooftop, those are 23 apiece. So this little tiny shack has now become pretty formidable if you need just a little bit more protection. Oh, and by the way, you would make that. And then let's go ahead and look what that cost inside of the tool cupboard. 205 stone and 181 metal fragments. So you can see how versatile this little guy is across the board. Also, real quick, before we leave you guys to the actual gameplay inside of your Rust Console Edition, we do have 2 doors here, not only for the airlock, but it gives you 2 points for you to leave. So when people are camping you, it gives you a little bit more of an edge, although always watch out for the double barrel naked man, because they've got nothing to lose. All right, this was the starter base for the Rust Console Edition. If you did like it, be sure to drop a like. And if you like the open world survival type stuff, consider dropping a subscribe and turning on those notifications. A big thanks to everybody that is subscribed. And yeah, we'll be back with plenty more of these in the future. And again, we've got those guides. I'll go ahead and link another monument video now in the upper right-hand corner. That will also help you get started. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.